blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.
Alright you guys, welcome to another one. I'm leaving work. I'm actually running late at a meeting. So I'm heading to elk camp. I'm meeting Jake up there. We're gonna go backpack in. Right now we have 6 full days that we're gonna be able to hunt for. So our plan tonight is just to get in, get camp set up, and then go from there. I'm hoping on the way into camp I can do some night bugling to try and locate some elk to have a play on first thing in the morning. But that's where we're at. We're heading out to camp now. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything all day, so I might stop and grab a bite to eat. Probably gonna get there right at dark, right after shooting light, and then be packing in the dark. So if I can, I'll get some footage of me backpacking in for you guys. If not, I apologize, just know that it's dark. It's gonna be cold. Temps are gonna be at night forecasted in the 20s. I do have my buddy's Seek Outside Cimarron with a stove, so if I need to, I'm going to be using that. Hopefully I don't need it. I've got my 0 degree bag, and then should have enough layers where I won't need it, but I will have it just in case. But stay tuned. If anything new develops throughout this process or drive, I'll update you guys, but for now I'm just going to start cruising. Alright you guys, last stop for me. Stop to fill up at the last town before I start driving into the mountain. So should get there within the next hour as long as road conditions are good. But try and keep bringing you along. It is starting to get dark, which I kind of expected based on what time I left. So definitely hiking in the dark today. But stopped, got gas, changed my clothes. All I have right now is my base layer, pants, socks on, so I still have to get boots, gaiters, and then any extra layers I want to hike around with. But try and keep you updated as we go, but stay tuned. Alright, just got to the trailhead. Jake was waiting on me. There's more people here than I thought there was going to be. There's even a guy right here behind us that's already got a bull killed and got the rack sitting on his truck. He's probably out with a buddy or something trying to get another. So we're going to get loaded up for 3 days. Head on in, find camp. So stay tuned. Okay, little update. We got camp set up and it started hailing. Mr. Jake let out a little bugle and I'm either playing tricks with myself or I heard a response. But we're set up, we're about, I think, 1.5 miles in. We're set up for camp for the night. Food's hanging. Probably hang out for a little bit, go to bed, and then when we wake up, see if we can get something to play, but we'll go from there. Yeah, audio's probably crap because of all that, but we are currently in a floorless shelter, the Seek Outside Cimarron. So as long as we're not on a spot where water's gonna rush through, we should be okay.
Morning, guys. It's about 4:30. It rained off and on all last night. We got some condensation in the teepee, but I slept pretty good. Jake didn't sleep.
Not at all.
But we're both kind of at a point where we're just awake, so we're just gonna kind of hang out. Once this rain breaks, go get our food and then try and see what we see. I kind of imagine it's gonna be a little socked in with fog, but we'll see. All right, it's day one. It snowed a little bit. We're just getting up. We're gonna get the teepee brushed off and try and get some vents open and get it airing out. A little chilly, but hopefully we can find some animals moving. Keep you guys updated. Okay. We're heading to kind of a ridge over a north-facing slope. I let out a few calls and haven't heard anything, but it's still early and cold, so they might just be bedded. So we're gonna go hit kind of a daytime bedding area and bugle down into some lower elevation, see if we can hear anything. But we're in this giant meadow up here at, I think it's 10,008 for elevation. Really pretty up here. Sun's peaking. And then hopefully we get something to answer, but I'll keep bringing you guys along. The edge of this band where it drops really steep. So Jake's ran up there a little bit, and I've just been doing some bugles every so often. Just some locating bugles to see if something will respond. I'm gonna give it a little time, and then I'm gonna head that way after him. And once I get to the edge, I'll probably do some calf calling. So far it's probably in my head, but I think I've heard a couple bugles, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, little morning update. We've covered maybe a mile total walking, but just a little area on this plateau, just calling and looking. We're not seeing much for sign as far as rubs. Some tracks, some old droppings, but so far I don't think we've actually heard any bugles. Everything's still really cold and wet. Snow is melting, which is good. Maybe as it warms up, things are going to start to get better, but we're going to stop here, eat some food, and then maybe bail to the other side of this and see if we can get to a little glassy knob. So far, pretty uneventful. All right, you guys, another update for you. It's 11:30. Gone just shy of 3 miles. Still nothing. We've seen more tracks over where we're at, so we're kind of just sitting on a finger, glassing what we can. It's really hard to glass. It's kind of what we're looking at for glassing. So lots of trees in front of us. So trying to glass what we can. There's a little meadow over here that we're just bugling every so often to try and get a response. So taking a break, having a snack. I made myself a little Superman drink. Wilderness Athlete, Hydrate, Recover, Energy and Focus. Really helps boost the spirits. Kind of cold up here, as you can tell. I'm kind of layered up with my puffy. Wind is a little strong, but it's clear skies, so that's kind of nice. But right now we just want to locate some elk. We're not going to be picky. We just want to find them first, so that's where we're at. Okay, we're heading back to camp. Next goal is getting some more water. But first thing is getting to camp. Still haven't seen or heard anything, but it's only day 1 in the afternoon, so we have time. Just need to stay mobile, try and keep good spirits, and also not hurt ourselves on these little boulder fields. But really pretty view. So once we go find water, we'll get the camera back out. Okay, so we're sitting by a little meadow with a wallow in it. We came here to get water and it just has so much sign. So we're just gonna sit here for the night because we haven't heard anything. So we're just gonna sit, do some calf calling and hope something comes in. Jake is shooter 1. I'll be doing most of the calling. But if I have a shot and he doesn't, I'll take it. We're feeling pretty good. We're gonna sit here tonight and tomorrow and hope something comes in. So alright guys, update for you. We're bailing out of this place and heading back to the trucks to find a new spot to go hunting. We've heard absolutely nothing, seen nothing. Only thing we've seen is some tracks, which are hard to tell if they're fresh or not because of how wet everything's been. Kind of thinking we're too high up.
We were camping at 10,800. So we're gonna see if we can find a spot that's closer to 8,500, 9,000. Yeah, so we're all loaded up, heading back to the trucks. Hopefully go find a new spot, find some elk. All right, you guys, good morning. It's day 2. We moved, we're in lower elevation, about 2,000 feet. We've gotten one bugle back, so we're trying to get in on it now. So far it doesn't sound super aggressive, so we're just gonna try and get to a higher spot and locate it, and then make a play from there, but at least we're getting some responses. Okay, update. We're on the top of a ridge right now where we last heard them. I've let out a few bugles and some calf calls and no response. We did hear what we thought was a person over on that ridge over there. Could have been a bull, could have been a person. So we're just gonna hang tight here for a second, give it some time, and I'm gonna let out another bugle. Where we're at is a really steep little draw. It's possible they're just down in there, but we're just gonna hang out for a second and see if anything talks or if we can see anything moving. But it's much better than the last 2 days. We're actually hearing something, which is good. Okay, you guys, update. We're bailing out for a second. We're gonna go move camp. We are surrounded by elk. They're all bugling. We had one that was challenging us for a second, but we watched their herd move on. So we're gonna leave so we don't pressure this area too much. We're gonna come back this afternoon and just see if we can't get something, even a satellite, to respond. But we're gonna bail out of here before we really blow this area out. But this is so much better than where we were. Just bugles, just nuts. Okay, now that we're out of there, a little recap. We slept in the car last night, which is a bad choice. And we just started cruising some roads trying to find lower country. And we stopped over this draw. I let out a bugle, just a little located bugle. Got a response on the other side of the draw, so we drove around, hopped out, did some good hiking. Located one satellite bull, but he was just cruising, didn't want anything to do with us. And then had a herd in the draw below us, and the bull just started going off. At first he was kind of lazy about it. I think they were in their beds. But then he got really aggressive, really throaty. So we started pushing after him, and eventually the wind got, and we watched him scurry up the other side of the draw where we initially started. So what we're doing now, we're backed out, and all the way out we've just been hearing bugles. We're going nuts. So we backed out. We're gonna go get my truck from the top of the mountain. We're gonna come set up camp down here and try and hit them on like a transition point where they're going from low to high tonight. But they're going nuts, so hopefully we can at the very least call in satellite bull or a cow, just something to give us an opportunity. But moods have changed. We've actually found elk, so we're happy. All right, update for you. It's middle of the day, about 12:30. We moved camp completely. I already told you guys that. We got set up. We're in the teepee. We even set up the stove. So that way if it gets cold tonight, we can start a fire. Storm came through. You can probably hear it. It's raining right now. And we've got a buddy that's coming up to meet with us. His hunting plans kind of got botched. He had a buddy get pretty sick, so had to leave. So he's gonna come up and meet us, and once this storm rolls through, we'll go hit it hard and hopefully kill an elk tonight.
back in the same area that we were this morning. Now it's me, Jake, and Donovan, and we're all kind of just like down a little bit from each other on a drainage. Sounds like there's for sure 2 bulls that are just going off right in front of us, but they're on reservation land, so we can't get any closer. We're trying to draw them in, but they'll react. They get pretty fired up and chuckle and scrape or rake a little, but they're not coming in. So right now, I think I'm going to bounce out of here because the wind's starting to shift the push to them, so I want to make sure they're not too spooked. But they're talking. It doesn't look like the cows are doing much. But I don't think we're going to be able to pull them off. I think for sure some of the bulls kind of hang out up in a draw over here at night and then work their way down in the morning. I think that's going to be our play, is going to be trying to cut them on the transition. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for these 2 to come over to me, and then we'll get out of here. Good morning, guys. It's day 3. Last night, I don't know if I did a recap, but Donovan had a shot at a bull twice. We're back in that same area, and I had a shot on a cow. We couldn't find my arrow, but it didn't sound the best. It sounded either bone or tree. So we moved on to give her time, and we'll go back in a while to check it. Found an antler. Jake found an antler. Nothing's really talking right now this morning, so I'm trying to figure out what to do, but it's kind of where we're at right now. We're surrounded by rocks. All these trees have been beat up. Really pretty area. Back to look for that cow. We found my arrow. It did pass through all the way. We aren't seeing any blood right now at the initial spot, but with where I was aiming and the pass through blood, she probably didn't go far. So we're gonna have a quick snack and then just start gritting until we find her. This makes me feel better that I actually hit her, though. But yeah, now he's got to find blood, or find her. Alright guys, little update. We can't find a drop of blood. I found her tracks too, and I followed her tracks for a certain distance, but we can't find blood anywhere. So I'm gonna go back to where I found the arrow, trace that to where I found the tracks, and I'm just gonna keep going from there. This is really weird because it's a full pass through. There's a good amount of blood. Not a lot, like a hard shot, but where I was aiming, it should have been a double lung, so there should be blood. Not really sure what happened at this point. But either way, that cow has 2 holes in her. She should be bleeding, so we should find blood. There's no reason for there not to be blood. But we're just heading back now to find the arrow, or find the tracks, and then go from there. It smells on the other side of this hill
Update, found the arrow, no blood. Tracks are hard to figure out if they're fresh or not because she didn't really bust out of there after I shot. We scoured all over that hillside. Couldn't find her, couldn't find any blood. So we came back to camp, and this afternoon, I'm personally done hunting. That's my tag. I drew blood, so that's my elk. I just have to find her. So that's gonna be what I'm doing tonight, is finding her. I'm not sure if these guys are gonna be going out in a different area or not, but I'm going back to where I shot her, see if I can find blood, see if I can find her. Not the best feeling in the world, not, you know, shooting something and not finding it, especially with a pass through, because I aimed like perfect and it should have hit just either a double lung or heart. Like, it should have been a perfect shot where it hit, and based on the blood on the arrow. But I don't know, sometimes it happens. It's hunting sometimes, especially bow hunting. Elk are tough, so sometimes you just can't recover them. This happened to me once before with a deer, and I was really sick to my stomach. This time I'm feeling a little bit better because I kind of understand that's part of the process. It's going to happen to you, but pretty determined to find this cow, or at least keep trying to find her for the rest of the day. So that's where we're at. We're at camp. We're all hanging out. So a little while we'll go back out and bring you with me. All right, guys. Going out solo. See if I can find that cow I shot. Just have to give it another go, or I won't be able to sleep tonight. So I'm heading in early to go grid around. I'm gonna start with where I shot her at and really see if I can't pick up any blood. Like, so far we haven't found anything, so I'm gonna go start from one, right where it started, and go from there, see if I can't find her. Okay, I made it up the first ridge. Now I just gotta go down, back up and over, and we're where I shot that cow. I don't know if anybody that's watching this has gone through something like this, but my mindset is very simple. I drew blood. I wounded an animal. That's my animal. And I'm going to work my butt off to find it. And even if it's a bad shot, you owe it to the animal to give it everything you have to find it. If you can't find it, you can at least hang your head high, knowing you did everything possible to find this animal. That's where I'm at. I wouldn't come out here hunting if I didn't value this animal's life. And because I value it so much, I owe it to find it, even if it's spoiled. It's my animal. It's my doing. I owe it to this animal. So that's where I'm at. The hardest part of this is I don't know the direction she went after I shot her, because she just was gone and no one could see her. And so I was down here just looking for a drop of blood, just something, and I can't find anything. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, there's not even blood where she was standing, is the weird part. I can't figure out what's going on. But we're gonna keep at it, because that's what I need to do. Okay. Due to the lack of blood, I'm kind of under the impression that she's alive. I don't like it, but sometimes the way it goes. I'm heading in the last direction I haven't checked yet, which is just kind of pushing down the very bottom of this hill where she could have moved to. It's very unlikely I'll find her, but it's like the last ditch effort. I crawled and I could not find blood.
I just have to accept that she's probably still alive because elk are really tough and I can't find a drop of blood. I just need to move on. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is sometimes.